Hi, this is Mike Zalatel, Technology Integration Specialist for Bedford City Schools, and I'd like to talk to you about the importance of using Google Chrome at home. At school, students have been using Google Chrome for quite a while. That's what they sign into on their Chromebooks, and that's the main browser that we have installed on most of our computers. It allows us to push some extensions and applications out to students through the Chrome web browser and through their school account. Now, as students start to shift to online learning at home, it's important to remember that they need to be signed into their Bedford accounts in order to get all of the apps and extensions that they should have to function as they would at school. Now, there are a few ways we can do this. When I click on my profile, you'll notice that down at the bottom, you see the option to add a person. Now, the first thing it's going to do is ask for a name. This is a local name right now, so you can have an abbreviated name, but you will need the full account in the near future. So now it's added a person to my Chrome browser. Notice it says already a Chrome user, sign in. Let's go ahead and sign in here. Now this is important. At school, students just put their username portion, but at home, they're going to have to sign in with their full Bedford email address, which is at bedford.k12.oh.us. They need that full address to sign into our domain. If a student is using a school-issued Chromebook, they can sign in with just the username portion, which is everything before the @ sign and the email address, and then, of course, their current password. Click Next. They'll be prompted for a password. Now you'll see an option to link data. This is where you want to go ahead and link anything that's on the computer with the school account. Okay, you're syncing things back and forth. And you'll notice apps and extensions are starting to come out accordingly. Okay, these are apps and extensions that are appropriate for your son or daughter at school. And the amount of applications and extensions will vary based on the grade level and the current placement of the student. Okay, for certain things like our read and write software, that's not going to work unless that extension is installed. And it's also not going to work if you just go to the Chrome web store and download it on your own. It's still going to require some sort of a sign in from our district accounts in order for things to work properly. Okay. The other option you have would be to use an incognito window. Now, an incognito window allows you to stay signed in at home with your account and then have your son or your daughter or student go ahead and sign in using an account that does not disrupt any of your settings. So there's no interference. We use this at school all the time to test student accounts to verify that they're working or not working, and then, provide instruction accordingly. So when you go in an incognito window, the student would simply go to google.com and then sign in again with that full email address and password. Now, the difference with an incognito window as opposed to signing into the web browser itself, an incognito window by default will not allow those extensions to come over. So if a student is working from somewhere and they need to quickly sign in without fully setting up the computer to use over and over again, then I would recommend an incognito window. And if you need to get to an extension that's already on your computer, there is an option to go under Settings and Extensions. And then for each extension, you would have the option under Details to allow an incognito, but that would have to be turned on one at a time. And again, if students are going to be using the computer over and over again, I think it is a good practice to allow them to sign in to the Chrome web browser so that they have their own profile and can quickly go back and forth. Okay. Notice my other window still has my tab, and if I need to get to John Doe quickly, I can simply click over to that browser window and it will take me right back to where I left off. Same thing, I can toggle back and forth between users. Okay, so this is a great way to get set up at home so that your students can continue their schoolwork remotely over the next few weeks.